Okay, so this is a quick guide on referencing, mainly for the IIS or possibly for other assignments. That's up to you. So I'm going to show you how to do referencing using the Harvard style of referencing. There are many different styles of referencing, but I'm choosing the Harvard style. So using a Word document, I'm going to go ahead and I have some information here. So colostrum is the first milk secreted by animals or mammals. It is high in nutrients and antibodies and is essential for the survival of the newborn animal. So I'm just using that as an example. That's information that is not my own. I've taken that from a textbook, a school textbook, and it's important that I give credit to or acknowledgement to the author of that information. So I have my body of text there, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click here on references. Okay, up here using Word documents, click on references. I'm going to go with Harvard. There are many different styles of referencing. Personally, I'm choosing Harvard. Feel free to choose your own. And then I click on Insert Citation here. So I've taken this sentence from the textbook, Breaking Ground. And so I'm going to go along here and select book. Okay, so just make sure you select book in this case. The author, I'm going to click on Edit here. There's a couple of authors to this book. First one is Cronin, C-R-O-N-I-N. We go with surname first, and then first name is Carol. Add that. Okay, there's a second author. I need to give credit to that second author also. So T-I-E-R-N-A, Tiernan. Make sure we get the spelling correct. And first name Sandra. Sorry, there we go. And now you can see that this automatically generates the author field like so. The title of the book is Breaking Ground in this case. The publisher is Ed Co. Try and fill out as many of these as possible. Certainly the author, the title, the publisher, the year of this book. You'll check inside the cover, you'll see it's 2019 and this is the 3rd edition. Okay, there are other options. For perhaps page number, so I know it's on page 304 that I got that information, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So you can see now here I have my original piece of information or fact or whatever, and I've put in there, or the software has generated Cronin and Tiernan, comma 2019, and after that is where I put my full stop. And then you'll go on and you'll have other pieces of information maybe in your introduction or your research section or otherwise. I'll give you another example here. So from a website here, I have a website here and I have a piece of information that maybe is slightly interesting or relevant to me. So the quality of colostrum in beef breeds is generally better than in dairy breeds. So I want to use that, and that's going to be a direct quote. So I copy that from there back to my Word document. I'm directly quoting, so I use inverted commas like that, and close my inverted commas. And again, I need to give reference or credit to the authors of this information. So back to my website. I'll go back to my Word document again. This time insert citations here. This time it's coming from a website, so I select website and you see the information fields change slightly. So the author of this here is down the bottom, I think. It's quite a long article online, but there. Okay, cite this article. So they've kind of prepped a little bit of this already for us. So copying that, I can insert that into the author field. Name of the web page. The name of this web page is the Irish Veterinary Journal. That goes in there. The URL, well, that's easy. Just click on the URL up the top, copy that, and paste that in there. The year, this was published, I can see here in 2011. Okay, so the year it was published, 2011. The year I'm accessing it is 2022. The month is March. The date is the 8th, and that's good enough. Click OK. So again, you see how the function here fills this in for me. Lorenz, comma 2011. I'll do one more, and again, these are just simple examples. You know, yours won't necessarily appear so close together. You'll have bodies of text in your own writings, hopefully, of course. But let's say I interviewed a local farmer, and I remember one thing he said was that, 63% of calf So let's say this is a sentence, this is a fact somebody qualified, like a qualified farmer, has said to me, and I want to include that, and this is something that came from an interview. Again, back to insert citation. This time I go down here to an interview. Please take note, there's lots of other options there, maybe something you saw, a film or sound recording or miscellaneous. There's other options there, if maybe a podcast or something like that. In this case I'm saying an interview. The interviewee was, we'll call him, making this up obviously, title was the title to the interview. I'm going to call the interview was about the importance of colostrum. The year was 2021, and there we go. So again, you can see this reference is generated here, and on you go, continuing on like that throughout the course of your body of text or your IIS. If you happen to need to quote the same source twice, what's handy here is if you click on citations, you'll see here that the three sources of information that I've already used, if I'm reusing them, those articles or the interview or the book, for example, I can click on the relevant one. So if I come down here and, okay, I'm just going to enter in random stuff there, but if I want to quote that there and I want to go back and say this came from the same interview, I just simply double click on that there, and you can see again it generates that there. Then you'll go through the entire body of your report, and at the very end you have to include a list of references. And the benefit of doing it like I'm showing you here is that when we get down to the list of references, it's important that the references appear in alphabetical order, and they do so in a certain format. There's a certain, I suppose, not code, but there's a certain way in which, style in which referencing takes place. And at the end of the last thing in your IIS, your report will be you have to insert what's known as a reference list or bibliography. My understanding of the difference between a reference list and a bibliography is a reference list specifically references or lists all the areas of sources of information that you actively or actually used, whereas a bibliography, I think you can include lots of things there that maybe you didn't actually cite directly or in the body of text, but you know, there were things that you used or source of information that you used to help you throughout the course of your report. Okay, so you can see that appears there. I'm just going to change this here to references rather than bibliography, and that's something then that would appear. You can see that this is already done alphabetically, and this gives the examiner, or whoever's correcting or assessing you, clear direction as to where you got your references, and they can be checked out, and quite possibly will be checked out in due course. So that's it. Hopefully this has been of use to you. Using a Word document, this shows you how to insert inline citations, which are important, and building up that list of references for your bibliography at the end. Thanks for watching. Hope this has helped.